Oh, right. Cool. Right, I'm back again. Sorry, I had to stop in the middle of a stream there because Amy decided to ring me up at exactly the worst point. I'm in the middle of a stream. Right, so um, what we are thrown off completely. What we're doing today is kind of remastering a whole bunch of stuff from like when I was at uni. Well, or just after when I was at uni, and I had a electronic kind of artist name called Idea T, and I've just released like the first album that was kind of the best of like the stuff that I did during that time. And there's 4 tracks on there that's also been released on vinyl, which is really, really cool. This might end up being a vinyl release, but I'll probably have to shorten it down or maybe even split it into 2 releases because at the moment I think this looks like about 50 something minutes of stuff. So there's quite a lot of music here that I'm just gonna basically have a quick listen to, um, do some remastering of all of the levels and things like that, and I might just talk through the process of basically uploading this stuff and getting it all out there as well, because I'm going through landr distribution. If you're not familiar with landr distribution, then this may be helpful for you. So let's have a look at some music. So we've got this one that's called Eleanor's Falcon. This is like some kind of deep hip hop stuff, and to be honest, I've already kind of been through it. So I'm just gonna quickly bounce it, and so that's track number 1 done. So this is some like really kind of deep hip hop kind of bass music kind of stuff that I found. So that's pretty cool. Then let's see what's next on the list. So I've already kind of roughly done the levels for that. What I'm aiming for is a ceiling of -2 dB, and then whatever kind of threshold gets me to about -9 lufs, something like that. I might give a bit more kind of dynamic range if a track needs it, because Float was basically like much more chill track. So there's like quite a lot of dynamic variations in the music that I did at this point. This probably needs a little bit of a tighter threshold to get it up to that kind of -9 lufs. Might give it a little bit more breathing room. -10.5 will be fine. And I'm literally just having a quick listen, because there was a couple of tracks on here that were a little bit crap. I'll go for 24-bit, that'll be fine. Because they're all literally, I finished all of these. They're all kind of mastered and everything, and I just have been sat on them for ages. I mean, this Fractal Clarity was a beautiful track that was done with a friend of mine, Tom Collins's farm, and it was his mum that volunteered to kind of to play on flute, and I have actually done a music video for this that I'll be releasing, because I found some really nice kind of fractal video effects. So I might just bring the threshold up a little bit to get the volume up a bit. I just want to check on some of the louder points. How loud we get on these bits, because there's some just wells that kind of come up. Really well. Keep that one relatively quiet. Still being boosted up quite a bit from where it was. So that one is float. Yep. Oh no. That's fractal clarity, right? So fractal clarity. Just bounce that, stick it out there. So have we got anybody coming on yet? Oh, we've got a view. Got somebody come in and say hello. I don't know who that was. Don't know whether there's don't know whether I can see anybody commenting. Anyway, I haven't had any chats or anybody say anything. If you feel like saying anything, feel free. Then next up we have Intercounty 76. Now I seem to remember that's cool. Right, so I've done that to about -10 left, something like that. Into county 6. Bounce. So that's quite cool. And then we got calms now. Yeah, so let's stick that out there. Let's bounce that. And then next up we have Larketta. Let's see what that is. Don't remember this one. I'll stick it on there. It might not get on the vinyl. Especially as it's quite long. And then next up we have this Late Night Accelerate. Trying to get the loudest part of the track to about 7 miles. No, that'll do. Close enough. Right, so that one's out there. Not quite sure where these are all getting bounced to, but I'll find that next. Right, Mice. This is one of the better tracks that I remember doing around this time. I seem to remember I was at uni when I did this. believe it or not, was a short version. Right, so mice. Don't know where the long version of that went. Who knows? Right, and then we've got a track called Micronomics. Not quite sure what this is. You know what? I don't like that. Oh. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that one. Sorry, I just made all of them tracks. I didn't made inactive. I just wanted to do that one. Right, let's have a look at Milkshake. This is one of those that I seem to remember Tom was involved with. This has Tom written all over it. His guitar player's just got that kind of sound to it. I seem to remember at the time, this was a track that I was actually going to get a music video made for, and it was basically because it was like one of the shortest songs that I did, and I was, oh, sorry, not mice, Milkshake. And I was gonna make this kind of music video of like a bunch of animals in like this milkshake store just getting milkshake. I don't know. It was like, I don't know what my thinking was really. Like we did actually have a guy that was going to animate it and stuff, and he ended up like drawing out some of the characters and things, and then just not feeling it after that. It didn't really have the momentum to keep it to get it done. But hey, these things happen sometimes. Not everything works out. I mean, I'm on just releasing this stuff now, so I mean, you know, I've procrastinated an awful lot too, so. This one's called Robocop. There was this like really silly thing like when I was at Tom's. We found like an old copy of like Viz, like or the best of Viz or something like that, and it was basically like there was one section that was just called Viz's top tips, and there was one bit in there that said during the summertime wrap yourself in aluminum foil, it'll keep you nice and warm, and it'll have the added bonus of you looking a bit like RoboCop. And I thought that was hilarious. So that was where the kind of sample came from for that. And we just, yeah, I think I had like a cog, like a microcog that I use as a vocoder. Oh, that was so silly. Yeah, so I just basically made a track out of a Viz top tip. Right, Sanchularia. This. So this was Sanchularia was basically a place that I lived in when I was in Ibiza, and I could only describe it as like a Spanish version of Scarborough. You know, it was like this kind of seaside, quite sleepy kind of town, but just really, really nice. Um, and yeah, so that was. I can't remember anything more about that than that, to be honest. I think that was another one that I did at Tom's, like when we're like at his mum and dad's. Now the giant, there was this basically this piano like synth or piano emulation plugin that was called the Giant, that had a bunch of like really, really trippy like piano like samples for like trying to tune prepped piano kind of things that I thought was interesting to make a track out of. There's not much else I remember about this particular track. It sounds like there was some funky bits that I just basically turned into sounds like I was really good for doing the sidechain compression kind of thing. Right, so that is the Giant. Let's just see session folder, bounce files. I have a feeling this might be going on to Dropbox. Let's just have a look on documents, idea to mastering. Let's go to. Oh. Ah, right, that's not the project folder. That's all of the files, isn't it? Right, Dropbox. Let's see. 'Cause I've had some recently that I've had just going on to idea to DOT to mastering. Right, let's stick that into documents. To stop. I just want to rename this. Project. Now I'm just going to stick that back into documents. So this is just me doing a bit of project. Ah, I've done it again. Into documents. Go. Yeah, move out of Dropbox. And then that'll send that over to here. bounce files. Then I have 12 tracks. So I'm going to stick these all onto landr distribution. And to be honest, what I want to do while I'm on here is just kind of show you. Let's get out of Pro Tools, save that session, and add to mastering, and then quit Pro Tools. Let's get out of here. What I'm wanting to do is basically go to landr. I'm just going to bring up screen on here. Now I'm going to upload all of these. landr.com. Hopefully no passwords or anything will come up. And yeah, I'm already logged in. So right, new release. Actually, there's a draft there with untitled. I'm just gonna add all of these tracks. Browse your computer. Mastering project, bounce files. All of these. I don't really have a particular order. Let's just get them all up. Right, so what order would I like to go in? I think the idea of having float at the end, I like that, because it's quite chill. I think I might insert fractal clarity somewhere else. What's really intense track? I'm just basically thinking, like, if I have something that's quite intense and probably having something quite chill afterwards would be a good idea. The Giant's quite intense, isn't it, towards the end? So I might have fractal clarity after that. Yeah. Oh, what's happened here? 11 errors. What do you mean 11 errors? Oh, is it just... I don't know why there's errors. Oh, right, it's because I haven't done any track info. So the next thing you have to do is basically do all of your track info. So, uh, all of this stuff's pretty boring. So you know what? I'll just keep it going because it's like, all of this stuff's kind of useful because you realize that when you do a release, you kind of have to do all of this metadata stuff. Um, uh, where's United Kingdom? PQRST. And this is the other thing: is finding what your country is called because a lot of the time, I think Britain. Oh, is it English? Ah, yeah. So, track title language English. Track hasn't already been released. So genre, electronic. Um, Normally I just go with kind of IDM, experimental, um, and primary artist, idea T. I would put some of these down as Tom Collins as well, but he's not on anything, so we can change that later, Tom, if that's an issue. Um, right, so just go producers, IDT. Oh, actually, I'll just go David Thompson. I don't think there's any lyrics. Original composition. Composer, so you just go Badoom, keep that the same. Track is 100% original. No AI usage. Wasn't invented then. Wasn't invented then. And then you just basically go through all of this stuff for everything. Just go edit. The giant. Then just go English. Even though I don't think there's any lyrics for any of this stuff. You just basically go through genre, electronic, subgenre, and just go in IDM, experimental on everything. And then primary artist, idea T, producers, David Thompson, and no, it doesn't contain any lyrics, original composition, legal stuff. Track is 100% original, none. Save. And then you just basically go through all of this for everything. Priority. I don't really think any of this will get to a point where it actually makes any serious money. And I would probably be more bothered about making sure everybody is kind of credited on here. If I thought it would actually make any money. If there's anybody that I've collaborated with on these, Tom's mum, basically. Fractal Clarity does have Tom's mum on this, but she played flute. It was a lovely flute part, and if this ever makes any money, which it probably won't, then she can have some money. Especially because, like, if it wasn't for Tom's like mum and dad letting us how's it Santilalia? Is it Lalia or oh it's Leah. So Santilalia. Oh Santilaria. I'll do it as RIA. Again, just making sure that all of this kind of stuff is done for everything, and then primary artists, producers, David Thompson, and then yes. Oh no, it doesn't contain lyrics. Original composers, David Thompson, composers same. I wish I could do this for. I could just blanket do this for everything, but you have to do it for every single track, which is a little bit annoying. There are lyrics to this one. Who do I credit? Viz Top Tips. I think I can say this is mine now. Genre. Right, primary artist, idea T. Producers, David Thompson. Yes, it does contain lyrics. No, they're not explicit, and they're in English. And you go lyricist, and then just go on there, click add, original composition, add a composer, David Thompson, composers, same as a publisher. If you haven't got any label involved, this stuff is all pretty straightforward. Um, just very repetitive. Um, shake. It's in English. Genre. Electronic. IDM. Experimental. T. Just check that we're still live streaming. That thing is producers. That's me. No lyrics. This one. Original composition. Badoom badoom. Track is 100%. No AI tools. Confirm. Badoom badoom. Save. We've got mice. Which is English. Genre. Electronic. EDM. Experimental. IDT. Producers. Thompson. No lyrics. This one. No AI. Let night accelerate. Genre. Electronic. No. Add a composer. Okay. And then track is 100% original. No AI usage. Badoom, badoom. Save. Nearly there. Just a couple more. I don't know why I called it Larketta. Um, it's in English. I think it's genre. Electronic. Subgenre. EDM experimental. Primary artist. IDT. Producers. Thompson. No. And you just basically do this for every single one. I know this is a bit boring here, but I just thought I'd stream it for the sake of you seeing what the entire process is. English. Electronic. Track is 100% original. No, 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 no. Okay. Only two more. No, I've done that wrong. IDT is a primary artist. Producer is me. And then no lyrics. Track is on original. Experimental. Right, that's everything. Right, next thing is release information. Now, I'm not sure what to call this. Might just call it idea T2. T2. Um, hmm. Yeah, I might just call it idea T2. It's obviously in English. Genre, electronic. From the artist, idea T. But it was 2016. So that was when it was all done. It's been released before. No. Java label. No. Right, cover art. This is one thing that I haven't done yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just basically gonna adapt like the artwork for the last thing that I did, which I think was I did in Affinity Designer, and I'm just basically gonna do a quick kind of edit of this artwork that I've had in the past. Just open up a project. I mean, this is a thing. This process takes probably about an hour. I'll try and do this edit like really, really super quickly. So we've got recent idea T underscore 5. So what I'm gonna basically do is I'll save this as idea T number 6. Uh, 2. And then what I'm thinking of doing is basically taking this these kind of backdrops, and I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm just gonna basically do a backdrop of a different color and go for a different color theme. Um, so let's go to downloads because I had a whole bunch of like these retro film overlays, love hearts patterns, ocean waves, petals, watercolors. Right, I wanted something that was like kind of blue and cold. So I might go with that. And then let's zoom out. Okay, so that's cool. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to FX. I'm pretty sure, actually, I might just be able to change the color of the gradient overlay. And and then just basically change the gradient overlays for these, because there was a whole bunch of like layers. Yeah, so I think it's these ones here. I might be able to go for there as well and maybe do effects. I'm hoping I can do a gradient that kind of I think that's just for the colour surrounding it, to be honest. Reverse that. Yeah, I think that's just for that. It's more the idea T thing that I want to change the gradient on. And go for something that's got a different vibe to it. Let's go for not there. Light blue, and then the other one to be kind of go for this to be like white. And then maybe I might just flip them. Yeah, I think that works better that way around actually. Can I make radius slightly bigger? Yeah, that looks cool. This bit I might make the radius a little bit bigger. I might just flip that. Yeah, I like the idea of it being like whiter at the top, blue at the bottom. Um, that looks cool to me. I might just do a quick effects on this. I can do like like a, like a brightness thing. I might bring the brightness up a little bit, just a tad. Yeah, that's cool. And then that's for not very much effort and not very much time, I've basically got a new album cover there. Not sure about the opacity of this effect. Might no. If I'm gonna do it like that, it's gonna be smaller, isn't it? Yeah, I might make that blue a little less blue. Go for something a bit paler. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Yeah, I think that looks better. A bit colder. Yeah, so it's just a bit of a kind of visual contrast. So let's go export, um, ping, IDT album 2, and then export that item, and then I can drop that into here. Documents, IDT album 2, drop that in there. And then as far as that project, I'll save that. I mean, that's a really good way to come up with it, like a completely new look for something that you've already got. Very little effort. And then we've got a new album cover. And then we can just go next. Right, so I'm hoping YouTube and TikTok will allow these to be used because these are really potentially really good kind of background music and stuff. So I'm hoping that that will allow that and allow that to be monetized. and then I can just go all good. Next. Review. So we've got idea T2. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think, you have to tick all of these off. And then you can go submit, because everything's done then, I think. Cool. Then hopefully everything will get approved. So that's idea T2 released. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That's something to look forward to. And there is somebody on here at the moment watching me. So hello to whoever it is that's watching me, and I will see you all in a bit. So I'm gonna end that stream, and I guess I'll call it Idea T2 release. And when that is out there, you can stream it, and that's all cool. Okay, end the stream. See you in a bit. Bye bye.